And tonight, Democratic lawmakers are pushing back against the Republican plan to cut billions of dollars for critical programs that help older adults and families put food on the table. U.S. Senators Kirsten Gillibrand and Chuck Schumer from here in New York joined some other Democrats today, calling on Republicans to reconsider their proposed cut to programs, including those that provide food assistance. Also, social services, block grants, SNAP, which is the largest food assistance program in the country. One organization speaking out about these proposed cuts is No Kid Hungry New York, saying this could impact millions of families across the country and make it very hard for kids to get access to food. Rachel Sabella is director of No Kid Hungry New York, and she joins us live tonight. Rachel, thank you for your time. I guess there is a lot of confusion surrounding all this, right? Because we don't have final bills passed and signed into law yet. But what is your biggest concern right now as you're following all these negotiations happening?
At No Kid Hungry, we are really concerned about the proposal released Monday evening from the House Republican leadership of the Agriculture Committee that included up to $230 billion in cuts to programs funded through the U.S. Department of Agriculture, with the bulk of them focused on SNAP. SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, formerly known as food stamps, is a grocery benefit provided to eligible recipients to help them put food on the table. It is, as you said, it's our first line of defense against hunger, and this is a program we need to protect and preserve.
I've heard some lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say that they're going to fight to protect these benefits. What is the strategy right now for your group and others as you try to push back? Because again, this isn't over the finish line yet. You believe public pressure can change this?
We really hope so. And what is most important in this process is for our elected officials to listen to their constituents, to come into their communities, and to hear the challenges they're facing. No Kid Hungry did a poll about 2 months ago of New Yorkers, and what we heard was 86% of New Yorkers were finding that their incomes were not rising as quickly as grocery prices. The current proposal would cut SNAP in the long run by $36 billion, which means the program would make it would be even harder for SNAP recipients to have those funds cover changes in cost in groceries. And we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to protect kids and families across New York that face hunger.
Rachel, what is your response to Republican lawmakers who are advocating for these cuts, who say that it's more about reform, putting in place work requirements, or trying to make sure that only people who really need these benefits are getting them?
This program is structured in a way that you have to meet significant requirements and eligibility, looking at income levels. What this proposal would do would actually harm those individuals. It would take funds away. It would cause New York State to have to fund additional parts of this program, looking at $2 billion. What it would also do would add additional work requirements to the program, and those would impact seniors, and it would most likely impact parents of children as young as 7 years old. This would impact people that might be looking for a job but can't find one, maybe for an individual whose hours have been cut, not of their own choice, but based on their employer, and then they would take these benefits away. This is not a program that should be political. When we've talked to New Yorkers, 95% have said we need to see bipartisan support to end childhood hunger. They support SNAP, they support school meals, and we need every member of New York's congressional delegation to stand up against this bill, or we're going to see hunger rise across New York State.
We will follow it as the process continues. We appreciate your time. Rachel Sabella with No Kid Hungry New York. Thank you, ma'am.